Hi there, it's Lou here, and today I'm going to do a little walkthrough video of this stunning brokerage boat that I've got listed at the moment. This is a 2008 Formula 400 Super Sport SS, and I have it listed. It's here to see in Hollywood, in Florida. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough video, but to start with, I thought I'd show you the outside of the boat, because while this is a 2008 model, it is still a knockout of a boat. They still look fantastic. They still ride fantastically. She's a great runner. So to start with, you can see the beautiful lines of these things. They still look pretty cool in my eyes. If you have a closer look at the hull, you'll also notice the two steps in the hull. That's the word I was looking for, two steps in the hull. And so that helps to break up the water tension, and it does provide a better running boat, a little bit more speed out of the hull. And then as we move to the back, you will see that we've got the platform and the outdrives there, which I'll give you a close-up view of in a moment. But just for a second, take in the good looks of this handsome boat, and also check this out. We're talking about an American boat today, so I have on my American sunnies. So while the boat is up on the lift, it's a little tricky to see some parts of it, but you can start at the bow there with the stainless steel anchor, and of course there's a windlass there for that, electric windlass. You can see the port lights there with the insect screens. And the black paintwork on this boat is in amazing condition. She has been really pretty well looked after in all aspects, and as I dive into some of the refit that's gone on that makes this boat so special, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If we drop down here, you can see the bow thruster there and the bottom of the boat. This boat has been lift kept its entire life, and naturally then the bottom of the boat is in great condition also. She's got canvas and clears with some hatches in the clears there as well for a bit of fresh air to come through. And you can see the synthetic teak deck as well. That carries on right through the cockpit of the boat. We've got a mount there so that you can add a tender mount onto the back of it. And what's more, this boat also has an extra large bimini that attaches to two poles on the rear there, and it will give you sunshade right over that whole back section of the boat. So this becomes a fantastic day boat for hanging out on with the family and having a bit of fun in the sun. At the rear there, you can see the twin XR racing drives from Mercury. Now this is where this boat starts to get interesting. This boat has had an epic refit. I literally have receipts for over $175,000 spent since 2018. So she has had all sorts of mechanical work done, which I will show you once we're on board and dive right into in a moment. So here I am now on the after deck of the boat, and you get an idea of just how nice that is with all of those covers all open up. I have also opened up that forward cover there to let some breeze through. It's particularly warm here today. So that shows you the access through to the bow of the boat as well. You've got the stairs that walk up there. But let's have a look at some features here. You've got, of course, got your shore power cables here. There is this large hatch under here. Now that's your cockpit table storage right there. There's actually two tables there. Plenty of room for fenders, lines, cleaning equipment, anything else you might need. And of course, you've got your swim ladder and those connections that I believe are for an attachment for a tender, plus these plugs here for your poles to create that aft sunshade that comes all the way out from the back of the hardtop. As we walk through, you'll see how nice this area is here. All of this upholstery was redone. I think this was done as recently as 2021 actually. And interestingly, underneath almost all of these seats, you've got some great storage. So I'll spin the camera around down here now, and you see plenty of room for more fenders in there. We've got the same in the corner there, this locker here, plus there is access to your engine room through an emergency hatch. Over on this side, we've got your entertaining bar here, which has your ice maker, sink, and the trash can is under there. More storage over here, and also take note of the JL Audio speakers. That was another one of the upgrades. And I am happy to give any interested buyers the full list of receipts, all the work that was done. And now we've got the helm area, and you will begin to notice here those controls. This boat means business. I love those sort of controls, old school kind of stuff. I think they're pretty cool still. You've got the Lenco trim tabs, the Mercury screen, and of course the Simrad screen, and your bow thruster controls. And now let's wander on down onto the interior. You can see, actually before I do that, the steps here heading up. You've got these clears that are a really nice thick material, so they are great when you're underway. If you don't want the wind in the face the whole time, you can open up these side vents, open up the roof hatches, or you can take all of those out completely and have a more open air feel. And then as we step down into the cabin, now this I find really appealing. It's a 40-foot boat, and I think it's got some great entertaining areas. Obviously the first thing that catches your eye is this huge sofa area up here in the bow. There is a table that goes in there, which is stored underneath this floor panel. And you can see we have all of the spare cushions to make that up into a double bed, plus cushions for your external tables so that you can create a sun pad or a lounge area outside there as well. Behind me here, we have the television, the Bose sound system, and the galley. And the galley on this boat, I'm a bit of a storage and galley freak. I find this galley really, really functional. For a 40-footer, I think it's got a good deal of storage space. To begin with, of course, fridge and separate freezer there. That's a good sized fridge in here as well. You've got a hanging locker here and the head unit for the JL Audio. And then to the galley itself. Down below, we've got lots of drawer storage here, including this funky drawer. So there's a ton of storage in that. Of course, the microwave. Under this panel here, we've got a single burner cooktop. Your trash can is in under there. Storage, 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 storage. Lots of storage. I think that's a pretty efficient galley layout. Turning back around me here, we come to the head, and we have recently replaced the mirrors in here so they look nice and new. And there is storage in behind those as well. There's more storage down below. They also replaced the toilet, so we have an electric flush toilet. And of course the shower, there's the little seat there for your shower. And that is the shower unit. And at the rear of the boat, we come to what I guess you'd consider the master cabin. So this is a great area. It's really, so this bed I think would have to be bigger than a queen, I think. But it's a good sized bed, and of course you've got more storage around the corner here, the television, the mirror, which makes it seem a lot larger, of course, and then we look up to that port there, a bit more storage and a bed light. So that is a pretty nice area as well, and of course there's air conditioning ducts back here, you've got speakers and a bit more storage off to the side there as well. So all in all, I think a pretty great interior. We've done some bits and pieces to the boat since it came here. We had all the carpet areas cleaned, which have come up nicely, replaced some of the lighting. And all in all, it's in pretty good shape. Yes, I think you could do a few more bits and pieces yourself. Take this on and shine her up a little bit and she would be fantastic. But as it is, very functional, ready to go, and still a really handsome interior. So now let's get to the business end of the boat. I have opened up the engine compartment here. I'll spin the camera around there and let's have a look down inside here. So as I mentioned, the owners have spent a vast amount of money on this boat, and this is where most of the magic lies. They replaced two original Volvo diesel engines that they felt were heavy and didn't power the boat up sufficiently. I will admit they do like their formulas and they like them to go well. So they have replaced them with two Mercury 520 racing engines that pair up with those drives that I showed earlier. Now this work was all done here in 2018. They bought the boat in America, they took it to Martinique, they shipped it back up here and had all of this work done locally here in Fort Lauderdale. And there were lots of other little modifications that they did down here as well. I have all of the receipts for this and the owners are very happy to show you all of that. And including the freshwater flushing system there, and tucked in behind here as well is the Westerbeek generator. That was of course replaced. The generator has about 500 hours on it and the engines I think have just a scratch over 300. So while I'm here, I do also do the owners a favour. They're out of town owners. They brought the boat up here to Fort Lauderdale to sell it. So I come down and I run the engines. Now I'll admit I'm a bigger tree hugger than a lot of people, but I love the sound of these engines. There is just something about them. So let's start them up and I'll give you a listen to those twin Mercury racing engines. I don't know whether you're able to hear me very well now, but they are pretty special sounding. Let's go have a look. And I will admit, I have warmed them up a little bit already so that I can show you a little bit more of what they sound like when they've got some load. Not bad, eh? So I hope you enjoyed my walkthrough of this 2008 Formula 400 SS. It is a current listing that I have, and if you would like any further information on it, all of my contacts will be in the description below. And I can shoot you through copies of all of those receipts. The owners really did pour a ton of money and love into this boat. I don't think you'll find a better boat mechanically around of this era, and certainly not with as many upgrades. So please feel free to contact me anytime about this or any other boat. I'm Lou, that yacht girl. Have a great day.